Good morning, everybody. This is Pastor Rick, Broadman Baptist Church, Cuyahoga Falls, Ohio, and this is the Broadman Word for November 1st, 2024. I cannot believe we have run almost out of 2024. This is just incredible how fast time is going anymore. But anyway, in light of that, understanding that time does move pretty fast, I wanted to talk to you today a little bit about something from Proverbs. And generally speaking, us not delaying our work in getting to things. It says in Proverbs 20, verse 4, the sluggard does not plow after the autumn, so he begs during the harvest and has nothing. So, most crops are only seasonal. You only get them for a certain part of the year, but you still have to do the work the rest of the year. So Proverbs is talking about a guy who harvested in the spring, but doesn't do the work necessary to keep up the fields in the fall. And so then when spring comes around, he has little or nothing, and he ends up begging. It's hard work, farming, and generally speaking, many things we do is hard work. So it's understanding how somebody might want to delay. But in order to have us fill the Christian expectation on the part of God for us to fully develop into the mature Christians that we're supposed to be, that are going to produce the kind of peace and joy we want in our lives, that are going to satisfy the walk that God gave us. These are many things that we have to think about. If you wait until you feel like it to begin work, then it's going to probably take a while to get the more difficult tasks off of the ground and moving. In particular, ones that are so, different than Christianity, because it is a skill that you need to develop. It's something requiring knowledge and requiring commitment. You also have to want to do it or understand that you must do it, engage in the work of Christianity, whatever your ministry is, particularly the one that we all have, evangelism, the ministry of reconciliation that Jesus left every single person. So these things are not easy, and they're certainly not like the other work that we do, so it requires extra effort, extra resources, and extra commitment. There was a psychologist one time, Jerome Bruner, who wrote the following quote: "You more likely act yourself into feeling than feel yourself into action." It's a tiny bit complicated. What he's saying is you're more likely to feel yourself into something, not acting, than to act out of a feeling. So whatever feelings you have are not likely to drive you toward action. What the message then is, whatever God has for you to do it now. Don't wait. There's not a season coming where it's going to be better. There's not extra resources coming. There's not anything stopping you except you. And while completely understandable, this is a big ask, particularly in today's culture and society that is anything but accepting of God. In fact, it's the opposite. What we're really setting ourselves up for is difficulty, suffering, possibly rejection, maybe even persecution. But it's work that we have to do. And each individual situation may not turn out the way we want it to. We may not achieve the personal victories that we generally want from our efforts. But it's not for us to determine the outcome. That's God level stuff. Don't raise yourself up to God level and not do something because you're not sure of the individual outcome, the personal victory you might not get because of engaging with somebody. It's not for us to determine the outcome. It's simply for us to do the work and then let God be God. And so once we begin a task, we have to then remain committed to it. We have to be in it to win it, I guess, so to speak, to have any chance of converting people. And so it says here in our verse, the sluggard, meaning lazy person, doesn't plow after the autumn, so he doesn't get anything. We have to plow 12 months of the year. Our harvest doesn't have a season. It's perpetual and eternal. And so then that means every day of our life as a Christian is to be a day doing Christian work. It is our identity. It is who you are. It's how you are alive. We are alive not of ourselves, but in Christ Jesus. And so we then do the work of the Lord daily, and we do not cease until we are called home, and then we get our reward in heaven. So it is hard work. It is continuous work, unceasing work, really, and it requires quite a bit of commitment and focus and resources and willingness to engage in the way it really needs to be done. You've heard me say before, you always have to be the Christian in the room, no matter what. You are the representative of Christ wherever you are. You are the revelation of the love of Christ and his redemptive work on the cross. That's you. So you must then be the Christian in the room, no matter where you are. And in the room is a loose term saying wherever you happen to be. It doesn't matter if you're driving your car, at the gas station, convenience store, grocery store, work, school, social event, family event. It doesn't matter. Wherever you are, you're the Christian in the room, and that is your job. And so we have to be conscious of that. We have to be focused on that and not let the things of the world distract us off of what's truly important, off of why we are really here. Why are you here? We're not simply pieces on a gigantic game board for the amusement of God. We are not. We're more like critical pieces of a big, beautiful puzzle that needs to be completed. It'll be completed on the day of the Lord when he comes back to reign forever. But for now, we need to fill in the holes with the pieces, and nobody else can be your piece. Nobody's going to be the same size or shape, probably not the same color. And while the rest of the puzzle, if you think about it, can still stay together without one piece or two pieces, it's not the same. It's not complete. It's not as beautiful as it's supposed to be. And the other pieces around it can't really do anything about it. They're not that shape or size or color. It requires you to fill in the piece of the puzzle that you're supposed to be. You're supposed to be in touch with who you are in Christ, in touch with the giftedness that you have, and then to will yourself into action to employ those skills and gifts to accomplish the given mission that God gave you, uniquely to you. And so, finishing this up today, we can't approach our Christian life with the attitude of instant gratification that we so enjoy in this modern world that we have. Everything has to be now and fast and on a little screen or in 2 minutes or less, or we're not interested, or we lose focus. Can't treat Christianity that way. You have to understand it as a calling. You've been called by God to a mission and authorized to conduct that mission by God, equipped by God for that mission. And he has an expectation that you are going to do the work that he needs you to do. So listen, brothers and sisters, don't wait to feel like it. Do it so that you can then have the feeling that results from knowing that you're fulfilling your God-given call. Hey, I love you. I'll talk to you next time. Take care.